everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Good afternoon, you are listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM. On India this week, the head of Britain's richest family, Gopichand's Hinduja, has died aged 85. Known as GP, Mr. Hinduja and his family made their fortune from the Indian conglomerate Hinduja Group, which operates in 11 sectors including finance, media and entertainment and oil. It has about 200,000 staff around the world. Mr. Hinduja helped transform his father's modest textile and trading businesses into a global conglomerate and one of India's largest companies. Lord Karan Bilamoria, founder of Cobra Beer, said he would be remembered as someone who personified the links between India and the UK. Mr. Hinduja and his family topped the most recent Sunday Times rich list with a net worth of $35.3 billion. They also ranked 11th on the Forbes list of India's 100 richest business people in 2024. Mr. Hinduja was the second eldest of 4 brothers who controlled the business for decades. It is not known who will now take over the leadership of the conglomerate. The youngest brother, Ashok, runs its operations across India, including truck maker Ashok Leyland. The Hinduja conglomerate operates in 48 countries. A famed Hindu temple in southern India is embroiled in a scandal after the Kerala High Court said there was evidence that some of the idols had been stripped of their gold covering. Gold and silver plating of idols and temple figurines, mostly paid for by devotees, is common across temples in India. The theft at Sabrimala Shrine, visited by millions of pilgrims every year, has stunned the devout and made headlines. The Kerala High Court has set up a special investigation team. Police have begun an inquiry into the disappearance of gold, and 3 people, including a former assistant temple priest, have been arrested. A 2-judge bench that is monitoring the investigation has been holding regular hearings in the case since September, and the next sitting is on Wednesday. The current controversy centres around 2 idols of Dwarapalakas, or the door guards that stand just outside the sanctum sanctorum where the main deity sits. The court took up the case in September after a report by the court-appointed Sabarimala Special Commissioner revealed that the idols were stripped of their gold cladding in many places. A heist and plundering of gold is how the judges have described the case of the missing gold. The scandal has also led to a political row in the state, with the opposition parties holding protests against Kerala's communist government. About 5 kilograms of gold has been stolen, according to the leader of the opposition in the state legislative assembly. The court has expressed shock and observed that the officials are equally, if not more, culpable in the matter. Congress party leader Sathiesan and other opposition politicians have demanded that the state's Minister for Temple Affairs, V.N. Vasavan, take responsibility for the failure to protect the gods' valuables and resign. 2 different US courts have stayed the deportation of an Indian origin man who spent more than 40 years in prison for a murder he did not commit. Subramaniam Subu Vidam, 64, who was convicted of murdering his former roommate in 1983, was exonerated in October after new evidence surfaced in the case. But immediately after his release from prison, he was taken into custody by US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, who want to deport him to India. He is currently being held at a short-term holding centre in Alexandria, Louisiana, that is equipped with an airstrip for deportations. Last Thursday, an immigration judge stayed his deportation until the Board of Immigration Appeals decides whether to review his conviction in a separate drug case. The same day, his lawyers got a stay on his deportation from a US district court in Pennsylvania. India's rapeseed planting is expected to hit a new high this year due to record Chinese buying of rapeseed meal and above-average rainfall that resulted in favourable soil moisture for the crop. As the country's primary winter-sown oilseed, the surge in rapeseed production is also poised to help India, the world's largest importer of edible oil, limit costly overseas purchases of cooking oils. Farmers made great profits from last year's rapeseed crop, so this year they're planting even more of it, said Anil Chatter, a leading trader based in Jaipur in the northwestern state of Rajasthan. The combined planting area for rapeseed and closely related mustard is expected to increase by 7% to 8% this year, he said. Indian farmers typically sow rapeseed in October and November. So far this year, they have planted 4.17 million hectares, a 13.5% increase compared to the same time last year. China aggressively began purchasing rapeseed meal from India after Beijing in March imposed a 100% retaliatory tariff on rapeseed meal and oil imports from Canada, its top supplier. In the first 6 months of the current fiscal year, which began on April the 1st, China imported a record 488,168 metric tons of rapeseed meal from India, compared to just 60,759 tons for the entire 2024-25 fiscal year. A rodent-borne virus led to the death of the only African elephant at the zoo in India's capital, Delhi. Shankar, a 29-year-old male, died on the 17th of September after spending much of his life in isolation. The cause of his death wasn't known at the time. Now, an autopsy has revealed that the elephant tested positive for encephalomyocarditis virus, EMCV, Delhi Zoo Director Sanjeet Kumar said. EMCV is known to cause fatal inflammation of the heart and sometimes brain fever in mammals. The virus is spread through rodent feces and urine. In 2012, Shankar was moved to a new enclosure that left him virtually in solitary confinement, despite a 2009 federal ban on keeping elephants alone for more than 6 months. He remained there until his death. And finally, congratulations to the India women's cricket team, who held their nerve under the weight of immense expectation to beat South Africa last weekend by 52 runs and clinch their first ever Women's World Cup. So that's all from me. You have been listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.